Hello. So, thank you for coming back and watching some more of my videos. I think the channel is going to go through yet another metamorphosis. Um, I think I'm just going to try to be your Dharma friend. So, your friend in the Dharma. And I feel like the goal of this channel now is still to inspire Buddhism, but I just want to give you guys some insight into what it's like to begin to practice Buddhism. You know, some of the experiences that I've had just as a beginning practitioner. And I also want to make it very, 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 very clear that I am not a qualified teacher. Teaching the Dharma is a little bit more complicated than what people might realize because it's very easy to infuse our own interpretation of the Dharma, and it can confuse a lot of people. And I don't want to confuse people. So please do not take your spiritual advice from me. But I mean, I would love to build a community, kind of like a sangha on this channel. People who are maybe just learning Buddhism, and it doesn't matter what tradition you're following or whatever, or really if you're following any spiritual path. If you want to check in with this channel, and if I can be something, if this channel can be like a refuge for people trying to develop a spiritual path, then I think that would be wonderful. And that's going to be my goal. So I'm going to share a little bit about a teaching that really inspired me and continues to shape my everyday life, and it's kindness. Kindness continues to be like this incredibly powerful yet extraordinarily simple thing that I can do in my daily life that just has nothing but good benefits for me. It's a way, I think, of practicing mindfulness. It's a way of practicing generosity. It's a way of practicing gratitude. It's sort of, and it's a win-win. You know what I mean? Kindness is not always easy to practice because the people in our lives, especially our daily lives, the people that we sometimes take for granted, that has been my big insight. There are lots and lots of people in my daily life that I don't always treat with the kind of kindness I otherwise should. And being more mindful of how I'm speaking and how I'm presenting myself to people it's sort of transformed things for me over the past couple of years. And I find now that I'm much more relatable. I like myself more, and I think people like being around me. And it's all because I made it a point to be kind, to be nice. There's a lot of advice out there, and not all of it is great. I don't want you to think that I did anything. It's sometimes just a smile, It's sometimes just thinking about how your voice, the tone of your voice, how you're saying things can affect others. And becoming aware of that, and then using mindfulness skillfully so that you become aware, right? So you can go back and reflect on these experiences and think about, was I really kind in that moment? Was I showing genuine compassion, or was it really all about me? Because 99.9% of the time, it's all about us. And the beautiful thing about kindness, the reason why it's a win-win, is that it gets us out of our head, so we're not thinking about ourselves as much, and we're focusing on the happiness of others, which is a relatively simple thing to do. It doesn't take, and again, practice the middle way, right? Not advice, please don't think that, but in moderation, right? If someone is threatening your life, that's probably not the time to practice kindness, obviously. It's probably time to move away from that person, if at all possible. So, but just, if you're using your awareness of skill and you're going through your daily life and you see an opportunity to be kind to somebody, maybe it's a homeless person on the street, maybe it's the person that you've spent your entire life with who's maybe had a bad day, and maybe you're just mindful and you notice, wow, my partner, my loved one, is not happy in the moment. And maybe you just ask a simple question, hey, is everything okay? And then you just sit back and listen. And if you do that consistently, it's going to build better relationships. And I feel like successful relationships are the key to a healthy spiritual life. That's kind of the whole point, I guess. So anyways, I'm trying to keep these a little bit shorter, no big housekeeping updates. I think I'm going to change the name of the channel from Inspiring Buddhism to Your Dharma Friend. If you have any insights that you would like to share on your spiritual path, please feel free to do so. I love hearing how other people's spiritual life is working out, tips, tricks, techniques, tools that you're learning, and yeah, we'll kind of just build a community around that. All right, make your daily life your spiritual life.